I was actually thinking of not making a video today, but I was like, no, I have the privilege of working from home, so no periods, and nothing is going to make me sit back and just relax, because there's so many women who go out and work, whether it's raining, whether they have their periods, they cannot just take a leave whenever they want. I'm going to use that to my advantage and not take my privilege for granted. So today is another story time video. Hello everyone, this is Cal, your pal, and today I am going to talk about two instances which happened somewhere a few years ago, and it's related to my dad. So what happened was, this was around 2007, very much after we shifted to this place in the suburbs, and this was the first time that something like that happened with my dad, and I was really scared, seriously, because I had seen my dad being, really strong, and my mom is like, she used to usually have something or the other health problems. So I was kind of used to that, but my dad is like, he's very strong person physically, and I just could not see him kind of suffering like that. And it was something which happened just very sudden, So what happened was, he had hypertension, depression, and there is a term called CVA. So I don't know whether the stroke kind of happened, but it is a kind of slight stroke. I don't think so it lasts for more than 24 hours or something. It happens in the brain, so where a kind of a part of the brain where the blood supply is kind of reduced or interrupted, and something like that, but it was not really that scary, and there was no hemorrhage or something. I don't think so he had like kind of paralysis, but I think it did affect him, his movement, for a few days. It was really kind of scary, but I was so scared to visit him in the hospital. Like, at that moment, I think my mom was more of the strong person who was with him throughout. She was staying there, like, throughout the treatment more, and I was kind of taking care of the household work and cooking and stuff. Fortunately or unfortunately, you can say, this was between my second and third job, so I was only going for a few interviews, and I was looking for a job that time, so I was kind of at home mostly. Whenever I went to see my dad, very less, to be honest. It was very difficult because sometimes he used to kind of little forget, few things. There was a lot of forgetfulness also, and seeing him very disoriented, I just could not, the sight of all that was just too much for me. I just could not handle it. So yeah, then the treatment lasted for a few years, and thankfully things were handled pretty well by the doctors. And it's really scary because you don't think that this thing can happen to someone suddenly. That was the first time something like that happened, and it was like very scary for me. Now the second time what happened was just after that. I don't know whether it was just 1 year after that or 2 years after that, but my dad kind of met with an accident, and it was thankfully near my house. So he usually goes for his walks, near my house, and from behind a big, I don't know whether it's called a luxury taxi or something, luxury car, like a big car just hit him, and the tire went from above his leg. Still in that position also, he got up and he hit that driver, and there were a lot of people who were there, but no one actually thought of taking down the number of his car, and in all that chaos he just went away. After that, my dad actually walked back home and he walks in, and I was alone at that time in the evening, and my mom had gone for a pravachan. So he came and he did not even say anything. He just went to the bathroom and he's washing his leg, and I just saw like, what is this? There's a lot of blood, on the passage area outside. I'm like, what is this? And then my dad is like, this thing happened. Now when I saw that, it did not really look bad that time, and we are doing all kinds of stuff, like we're putting, I think, after shaving lotion and putting water and stuff, and we were actually trying to call the doctor at home. I tried to not panic at that point, and to be honest, it did not look like it was that bad. Maybe I was too young to understand. My dad has to be taken to the hospital, so we tried to call 2 doctors. I even went and spoke to the doctor's wife, and she gave me some number, and he said, no, you have to take him to the hospital. I cannot come home. This treatment has to be done in the hospital. I told my dad, let's just go, and there was a hospital nearby. It is not the best, but we took him there. I don't know whether it was the right decision. Yes, the advantage was that it was near my place, but then there are a lot of things which you need to do, like x-rays and stuff. So for that, they did not have the facility in the hospital, and that was a big problem, because with that leg he could not walk. Even later on, when after the treatment, you have to see the progress. So even during that time, we had to like take him in the rickshaw to the hospital. So when you go to a proper hospital, it's like everything is over there, x-rays and everything, like they'll take you in the wheelchair and stuff. So that was a problem, but then thankfully the doctors took care of it, and he was treated well, and I took care of the whole situation. So for me, it was like a really big thing. I did not even call my mom. I think her phone was switched off, or I don't remember, but I did not think that I should make her panic. So yeah, for me it was like a big thing, because I had never experienced that. And yeah, so finally then when my mom came, I made her like sit down, and that time I think I was cleaning the blood stains and everything. My mom is like, what is this? What is she doing? What is this? So I made her sit, calm down, and then I told her like, this thing had happened. So my mom immediately changed, and yeah, I don't know if she even had dinner. She just left with me, and then she slept over there, and I decided to come home. Very scary times. In between, like one of my friends also came to stay at home. We had some neighbors who were very helpful. When something like that happens to your parents, it's the most scary thing ever, because you don't want to see your loved ones like suffer. And it just made me realize that I can be strong. Whenever something like this, like whenever it is something like any kind of paperwork, any kind of hospital stuff or banking stuff, I really hate it, to be honest. I am the last person who would like volunteer to do something like that. I kind of hate it. I don't like to do it, but then there are times like this where you have to, take responsibility and do it. So that just happens, I guess. Life just happens, and you cannot really do anything about it. So even after like my dad came home, he had to be taken care of. Like for a long time, he could not have a proper bath, and even like, he had to be given a pot and stuff like that. So it was very difficult. So the first thing I always pray is for my parents to stay healthy and nothing should happen. That's the most scariest thing. So always pray for your parents and your own health first, because that's like very important, to be healthy. alive, and all your legs and hands and brains should work, because it's the most scary thing ever. So that's it from me, folks. I just wanted to share these stories with you because these two instances were like the most scariest part for me ever. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment below and let me know whatever you want to. And please share this video with your friends, and please subscribe if you're liking my channel. And if you want to check out my last video, it's somewhere here. Until next time, it's bye bye for me. Take care.